What's up, fight fans? What's going on in boxing? Going down on Wednesdays and Saturdays here on Main Man, Made Man's Boxing, man. So check it out, man. Up off the early, drinking my coffee, looking at the dogs running around for a little bit, man. Thought I'd get on here, chit chat with the boxing fam a little bit, man. And came across this article here, this information about Dillian Whyte. Dillian. Round the rosy we go. You know what I'm saying? With Dillian Whyte. Salute Mr. Tiptoe in the building. Salute, fam. Here we go again with Mr. Dillian Whyte. Mr. Dillian Whyte is out here saying that he can embarrass Deontay Wilder. Now, word on the curb is that Dillian Whyte is in possession of some documents from the WBC showing that the WBC has protected Deontay Wilder. Muhammad Hamatola in the building. What's up, fam? Good morning to you. Good morning to you, man. So, where do we begin with this, man? I mean, where do we even start with this? First off, let's just say at the top, Dillian Whyte is the last person in boxing should be talking about he can embarrass anybody. Dillian Whyte tends to forget that he's still one of the laughing stocks of boxing. There's a lot of people who may have claims that they can embarrass somebody or Deontay Wilder or whoever, but Dillian Whyte is just not one of those dudes. You are an embarrassment yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your last fight, you going into a fight testing dirty for PEDs, and you do not let the opposing corner knows. I can't think of nothing more worse than that in boxing. I got P. Newell in the building. Good morning, fam. Good morning to you, man. Hope you called Gary last night, fam. We're going to chop it up about that some more, man. But Dillian Whyte is the last person can ever embarrass anybody in boxing. So already off the top, that's a mute point right off the jump. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's go into Dillian Whyte's story. Now, Dillian Whyte is saying that when the WBC ordered for him to face Dominique Breazeale, that he was willing to face Dominique Breazeale, and the WBC pulled Dominique Breazeale out because him beating Dominique Breazeale would have made him the mandatory. And of course, that would have put him into a fight with Deontay Wilder sometime in the near future. Now, the thing is this, man. The thing is this. Dillian Whyte needs to understand that there was no wrongdoing, and Dillian Whyte Nation for that matter, there was no wrongdoing done on the part of Deontay Wilder. There was no wrongdoing done on the part of the WBC, and there was no wrongdoing done on the part of the Wilder team or PBC. First and foremost, Dominique Breazeale was the mandatory. You know what I mean? He was not, without a doubt, that he was the mandatory. Now, if you want to go into corruption and any wrongdoing that was done in that situation, it could be said that the WBC, due to their cozy relationship with Don King, that's what got Dominique Breazeale to become the mandatory. Now, I will agree with you there, but that's as far as it goes. Now, with Dominique Breazeale being the mandatory, the WBC then comes out and say, hey, man, well, Dillian Whyte, since you got a problem with Dominique Breazeale being the mandatory, we will order an eliminator fight between you two. During this time, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder had just completed their fight. Now, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was heading to a rematch. So, of course, Deontay Wilder could not fight as mandatory because he was clearly in a rematch. Tyson Fury gets pulled out of the rematch by Bob Arum. So, at this point, Deontay Wilder has nothing to do. What is the next possible thing to do? Face your mandatory. Given that you didn't face your mandatory at that point for about close to a year, it was Bermain Stavern was his last mandatory fight. So the mandatory was due. So that's exactly what happened. The WBC says, well, Dillian Whyte, sorry, we were going to let this happen, but guess what? Tyson Fury pulled out, so it's mandatory time for Wilder. We'll allow Dominique Breazeale to go and face Deontay Wilder to defend his mandatory strap. Normal business, normal everyday WBC business. That's just how it goes. The fact is that Dillian Whyte can't grasp the notion that, bro, you were never the mandatory. You don't have options to skip around and do. Dillian Whyte started to march to his own beat. You know what I mean? The WBC says, hey, face Luis Ortiz in the final eliminator. Dillian Whyte says, no, I'm not going to face Luis Ortiz. Now, Dillian Whyte fans have this thing in their head that, no, he wanted to face Luis Ortiz. He sent them an offer. Luis Ortiz said he didn't have enough time to train or whatever the case may be. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? And even if that is the case, then why didn't Dillian Whyte still wait? If this position is so important to him. He doesn't want to face the WBC eliminator and Luis Ortiz. Instead, he goes off to face Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? Now, My thing is with this, let's stop right here for a minute. Why isn't Dillian Whyte's beef heavy with the WBO? I always ask this question. With what Dillian Whyte was doing at the time, and it was well documented, and people always leave this out, well documented. Bro, you were pursuing the WBO route. You worked your way up to becoming the number one contender in the WBO. You thought by beating Joseph Parker, former WBO champion, that would make you the mandatory. It did not. Then on top of that, you beat Oscar Rivas, whatever, who was also a top-rated WBO fighter, and they still did not make you the mandatory. So when you come out with this fake outrage with the WBC, but no outrage for the WBO, that make me go, what the hell? You know what I mean? Anyway. And I'm going to get to the comments. Also, Dillian Whyte had opportunities to fight for the IBF world title if he would have took the mandatory challenge against Kubrat Pulev. Another fight Dillian Whyte did not want to do. You know what I mean? I don't know how many chances this man has. Deontay Wilder says, hey, Dillian Whyte, man, look, man, all right, cool, you not the mandatory. Beat Luis Ortiz and I will give you a voluntary, and you have my word on that. You know what I mean? No fight with Luis Ortiz came. Luis Ortiz comes out and says, I will pull myself off the undercard of Wilder and Fury and come over there and face you, Dillian Whyte, in the UK on your card. Instead, Dillian Whyte chose to face Derek Chisora because he took Derek Chisora to the cleaners in negotiations. You see where I'm going? So we all know, and it's well documented, I've done umpteen videos on it, Dillian Whyte had many of paths to a certified championship, but he chose not to go down none of those routes. And that's on him. But now he wants to come out and say, oh, Deontay Wilder, I will embarrass you because they took Dominique Brazil from me. Bro, first off, when they first came out with it, you wasn't outright accepting it right away. It took you a minute to warm up to that idea. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Dominique Brazil came out ASAP and like, hey, I'll take that fight. We ain't got nothing else to do. They're going to let him, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight, so fine. And then you can't get mad at Dominique Brazil for choosing Deontay Wilder over you. Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder is a champion with a market. Who the hell are you, bro? And then Dominique Brazil and Deontay Wilder had history outside of the ring. It's a bigger money fight in his own market, and they got history. But you want him to choose you. Who the hell are you? Who you think you are, bro? Who you think you are? Let me see. Let me go through some of the comments because I see y'all pouring them in. Let's see. I'm going to move it back some. Let's go. Dillian R99, Deontay Wilder, straight ducking Whyte. How did I know that was coming? You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Hamatola, the only thing embarrassing is how Whyte ducked Ortiz, Ruiz, and still didn't produce a B sample till this day. Exactly, fam. So when this dude run around talking about somebody's an embarrassment, bro, you got a B sample lingering out here that people still confused all the hell on. I still don't know how that shit went down. It just poof, pow, disappeared. They just came out one day, he's cleared, he's been restored, whatever the case may be. We still don't know how that shit even played out. You know what I mean? So kill that noise, bro. Kill that embarrass. Oh, you gonna embarrass Wilder shit, man. Come on, bro. Come on. DY says, I agree with you a lot, man, but not today. Bro, my deal is what y'all need to understand, Dillian Whyte Nation out there need to understand. You can't, this man can't walk to his own beat and then say, oh, look at my results. They clearly gave him clear instructions on what to do. Where am I going wrong here? You know, they say, hey, face this guy. Deontay Wilder says, face this guy, I'll give you the voluntary. He doesn't do it. Where are we going wrong at right there? Luis Ortiz says, I'll come off of the Wilder Fury undercard to come to the UK, sign a deal with Matchroom to fight you. He doesn't do it. Wow, where am I going wrong right there? Just tell me where I'm going wrong. Where is fact and fiction meeting head to head? Where's the fiction coming in? Tell me where I'm going. Everyone gets busted in sparring, though. That's nothing new at us. Oh, yeah. Y'all can lose all that sparring shit, man. Dillian Whyte is a pay-per-view star without a title shot. That's who he is, the first in history that I know of. He's a pay-per-view star in the UK. That's as far as it goes. You know what I mean? He carries no weight over here in America, first and foremost. Once again, he had a set of instructions to follow. Why didn't he follow this set of instructions to do so? Why did he instead go and face Derek Chisora? One of y'all answer me this question. Why did he face Derek Chisora instead of Luis Ortiz? Why did he do that? Why didn't he take Deontay Wilder up on his offer to face Luis Ortiz? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he fight Kubrat Pulev for the IBF? Because Dillian Whyte at that time was pursuing Anthony Joshua until Anthony Joshua shut his ass down on a fight. If anybody got embarrassed, Anthony Joshua embarrassed the shit out of Dillian Whyte. He went into the ring in front of all of Dillian Whyte's people and said, I'm not going to fight you. Right to his face. Dillian Whyte was pursuing another route, fight fans. He got, and maybe he just felt some kind of way because the WBC did what they did to him, because of their cozy relationship with Don King. So he felt some kind of way. Like, all right, well, I'm going to go over here and do my own thing. Well, the WBC, like, look, bro, fight Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is right here. Dillian Whyte didn't see the financials in that fight. Y'all can keep it real with me, fam. He didn't see the money. He didn't see the money in that fight. I think Whyte is damaged goods. He wants to make money, and they all do. They all do. But sometimes, bro, you can't beat the Lucas Browns of the world. Joseph Parker name held no weight over here. Like, what Dillian Whyte was trying to do, Dillian Whyte, and I got to give him, one thing I will give him credit for. Dillian Whyte was searching high and low. He threatened to leave Matchroom at one time. He came over here and did a fight on Showtime. You know what I mean? He started reading the small print in his contract, and he like, well, Eddie, if you're not going to let these fights happen, because Eddie kept AJ away from Dillian Whyte. Eddie, if you're not going to let this happen, well, I'll go over here. And then, Eddie somehow coerced Dillian Whyte on back on across the water, hid his B sample for him, didn't tell Oscar Rivas that the man was testing dirty for the second time in his career. You know what I mean? So they worked something out. So what? Whyte couldn't beat Fury on his best day. Not at all, bro. And that's another thing. Like, Whyte thought by pursuing the WBO route, because Tyson Fury was rated in the top 5 of the WBO at the time, and he thought that all of those kind of fights would come to him through the WBO. The WBO pulled a fast one on Dillian Whyte, and they bumped up Oleksandr Usyk, and they put him in Dillian Whyte's spot. That's what happened, fight fans. Dillian Whyte got a shock by the WBO, like, oh, really? All of this I've been doing for your sanctioning body? I beat Oscar Rivas, I beat Joseph Parker, and you still don't make me the mandatory? That's what happened. And then when the IBF situation come up, Kubrat Pulev ready to go. No, because they were going to lose the purse bid. So Dillian Whyte didn't want to have anything to do with that. And it's ducking me, all because the WBC was doing business as usual and making Deontay Wilder fight his mandatory. You wasn't the mandatory, fam. That's what happened. That's what happened. Hamed says you starting to sound like a Wilder cheerleader because I'm speaking facts. Hamed, tell me where I'm going wrong then, bro. Don't come in here calling names, cuz. Tell me where I'm going wrong. Don't come in here with your bullshit. Just tell me where I'm going wrong, bro. We keeping it boxing in this motherfucker, bro. So come in here and tell me where I'm going wrong and keep your little bullshit opinions like that to yourself. Tell me where I'm going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Tell me where am I, because I would love to have this out right now. Tell me where I'm going wrong. Where am I lying at? Whyte has been on the WBC for ages. He wanted to smoke out your Beyonce, the ducker, don't try and divert. Whyte has been in the top 5 of every sanctioning body, Arsenal Maniac. You just want to focus on the WBC. He was top 5 in the WBO, he was top 5 in the IBF, and he was top 5 in the WBC. Keep it honest, cuz. Why didn't they give him the shot then? Why didn't he go after the mandatory in the IBF? Why didn't he go after the mandatory in the WBO? You just want to focus on Wilder because you're a Wilder hater. That's all it is. Keep it. We got to keep this shit even across the board, fight fans. I haven't seen one of you Dillian Whyte fans come in here and say, well, the WBO did him wrong too. I haven't seen one. Y'all are focused on Wilder. But y'all ain't mentioning the WBO. Y'all ain't mentioning the Kubrat Pulev situation. You're not mentioning the fact that Luis Ortiz said, I will pull myself off the Fury and Wilder undercard to come and fight you. All of this shit gets swept under the rug. And we ain't even talking about the B samples and the dirty shit that he did and being a 2-time PED cheater. We're not even going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. Now, all of a sudden, we hear Dillian Whyte, when Andy Ruiz comes out and say, oh, I want more money, all of a sudden the Dillian Whyte fight ain't happening now. Man, y'all better get hip, man. Y'all better get hip to Dillian Whyte, man. Come on, fam. Come on. fought Fury, who had 2 soft touches but didn't want to fight Whyte. He fought Fury. Fury was the lineal champion. Who the fuck is Dillian Whyte? Once again, Fury beat the man that beat the man that beat the man. Who has Dillian Whyte beat? Who is he beat? Lucas Brown? Derek Chisora? Who you gonna tell me, cuz? Joseph Parker? That man don't get no play in his ride. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker don't move no needles in this country. Who gives a shit about Joseph Parker with his nice ass? You know what I'm saying? Nobody. So tell me, what has Dillian Whyte done so astronomically better than Tyson Fury, the man who beat the man who beat the man, and also had the balls to get on the first thing smoking, fly across here, and get into the face of Deontay Wilder in the ring? You know what I mean? So you tell me what Dillian Whyte has done so great to surpass Tyson Fury. Because, dog, now you starting to just talk out your ass. You know what I'm saying? Lineal champion guy had not. That's your opinion, bro. That's your opinion. The fact of the matter is the lineal champion is the man that beat the man. Break it down however you want. He was considered the lineal champion. No one questioned his linealship until he fought Deontay Wilder. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, he's the lineal champion during his hiatus and when he was going through his little UCAD. The second that he signed to face Deontay Wilder, everybody want to come around and say, oh, Tyson Fury is not the lineal no more. Bullshit, because you're scared that Deontay Wilder gonna whoop his ass and become the lineal champion. We ain't buying it. Tyson Fury is the fucking lineal. So when Deontay Wilder knock his ass out, guess what, bruh? Deontay Wilder is the lineal. That got to hurt just a little bit. Little bit. You know what I'm saying? John Lee Jr. in the building. What's going on? Miss Boxing in the building. Salute, Queen. Salute. He's done nothing but look like a sea fighter the past couple years. All day. Looking all out of shape, all winded. And you think that big ass heavy windbag gonna stand in there 5 rounds with Deontay Wilder without getting his fucking chin knocked off? Man, y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't know what y'all out there tripping off, bro. At the end of the day, Dillian Whyte cannot embarrass nobody in boxing, bro. You should honestly could have been wrapped up on charges. Y'all did Oscar Rivas wrong as shit. If Oscar Rivas would have got hurt in that fight in any sort of way, Oscar Rivas would have had a lawsuit for your ass. You know what I'm saying? So all of you Dillian Whyte protectors that's protecting a PED user that ain't even tell his opponent that he was dirty, man, y'all tripping, bro. Y'all just need to just walk away, man. For real, man. Y'all need to just walk away. Y'all are protecting a PED cheater that backed out of fights, that didn't do anything that no one asked him to do, but now want to run around and talk shit about Bomb Squad? The man who's been in there with avoided fighters like Luis Ortiz, the man that's gotten not once but twice taking on the lineal heavyweight champion. Who the hell is Dillian fat ass Whyte? You did? Come on, bruh. Y'all ain't making no sense out here no more, man. Y'all just taking up for the dude because you hate Wilder. And you ain't really got nothing to merit because Dillian Whyte ain't got no merit on his claims. He knows that the WBC did that move because ESPN and Top Rank removed Tyson Fury. And so the mandatory was back on the table. He knew this shit, bro. And anybody, because I hear Johnny Nelson and cats like that out here validating this shit, bro. Anybody who validates this don't know shit about boxing. Credibility is shot. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad told her, why should he face Why did they out of the mutants all day? Man, they will knock the roof off that place, bro. It's going to be a PED palooza up in that joint. You know what I mean? That's what needs to happen. Rocksteady versus Bebop. You know what I'm saying? Right there. 2 mutants squaring off right there. They don't even need no ropes. You know what I'm saying? They going to come in that joint, eyes blood, rat shot red, steam coming out of their ears. Boy, it's going to be an earthquake in that joint if that joint go down, man. So, yeah, that's what needs to be happening. I'm going to tell you something like this. If Dillian Whyte is smart, this is what Dillian Whyte would do. He would just sit down, shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Get in there, fight somebody in the meantime, between time, and just wait until his mandatory come around in 2021. Other than that, go down another sanctioning body. That's your best bet, bro. You messed up all of your opportunities. Your business people around you did bad business. You even was willing to leave them at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, what you need to do is realize that you should be lucky to even be still fighting because you're a cheater, and just sit down, shut the fuck up, go after your next fight or two, keep building your stock in the UK and become the pay-per-view attraction in the UK. Do that, and when your time come around, if you listen, follow instructions, do what the fuck you told, then you maybe get your shot. But don't be trying to, when mandatory time come around, oh, you know what? They not offering me enough money, right? So I'm going to go over here and try to fight now. Oh, this ain't the Usyk. Now, we don't want to hear that, bro. We don't want to hear it. Miss Boxing says Whyte is an habitual PED abuser all day. Wake up, take PED shakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker and Rivas are better than Jennings. Rivas KO Jennings. Joseph Parker and Rivas are better than... Bro, Joseph Parker ain't shit, bro. Bro, Joseph Parker ain't shit, bro. Only the best win on Joe... What's his best win? Andy Ruiz? Who else did Joseph Parker beat worth talking about? He lost it. Who did he beat? Man, nobody thinking about no damn Joseph Parker. That man don't. He's another Deontay Wilder duck. You know what I mean? We already spoke on that on this channel. Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker's people had a verbal agreement in which Joseph Parker's handlers had to come down to Alabama for a fight, and they met with Deontay Wilder. This is well on record. They had a verbal agreement to do a fight, and then when the time came, Joseph Parker decided to go over there and sell his belt to Anthony Joshua. They all ducked Wilder, fam. They all ducked him. AJ, fucking Anthony, what's his name? Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? Dillian Whyte. They all ducked. The only ones that showed some balls was Tyson Fury. Was Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz. They the only ones that showed some balls. The rest of them came up with a lot of crap. And he got y'all out here banging y'all pom-poms for a 2-time PED cheat that we still don't know where the fuck his B sample at, man. Embarrass somebody. You cannot embarrass the American heavyweight champion, bro, even if you wanted to, bro. It's nothing you can do, bro. You ain't in that position no more, man. You know what I mean? Y'all got to understand and naturally strong. What's good, main man? What's good, boxing fans? Give my main man the thumbs up all day. Thumbs up for the fam, fight fans. As you come on in, thumbs up for the fam, man. Now, and that's just the facts of what happened. You know what I mean? That's what we need to understand. Y'all need to stop going off these little tidbits of information that y'all hear that comes out like a year or so after an incident that happened, and it just convinces y'all. Go back to what happened during that time. I'm not a dude that's here to, I'm telling you exactly how it played out. You know what I mean? Your guy, Dillian Whyte, wanted to march to his own beat. It's as simple as that. Dillian Whyte felt like he should be paid. Fight fans. Dillian Whyte felt like, I've been in this position so long. I fought top 10 guys and blah, blah, blah. I should be getting paid. Look what he did to Derek Chisora. He smacked Derek Chisora around in negotiations, publicly humiliated Derek Chisora and letting him know, you the B-side, bro. You gonna get what I give you. That's the type of attitude that Dillian Whyte wants to approach fights, but he can't do that with people like Bomb Squad and AJ and Fury because they much bigger than him. Facts. Dundada in the building. Salute, fam. Good morning to you, fam. What's up with you, man? Who has Ortiz fought to deserve his 2 title shots? The thing about Ortiz, D. Walsh, it's not so much, I think, about who he fought. It's about more so his avoidance. That speaks more volumes than anything. To a lot of fans that look at Luis Ortiz, they look at him as a very, very dangerous southpaw. And the dangerous southpaw has clearly been avoided by all of the top guys for one reason or another. So sometimes a fighter can get hyped up just by you avoiding him. You know what I mean? It lets us fans know, like, why you avoiding this dude? Like, why is all of y'all avoiding? Joseph Parker don't want to fight him. Dillian didn't want to fight him. AJ didn't want to fight him. Tyson Fury don't really want to fight. Only one that had the balls on the top level to get in there with this guy was Bomb Squad. Why is it no one else running towards a fight with Luis Ortiz when clearly the American fan base is high on Luis Ortiz? So that's what makes Luis Ortiz such a star in boxing fans' eyes, is the fact that he's avoided, and we all know how dangerous he is. You know what I mean? That is just the facts. It's not so much about who he beat. You know what I mean? Marquise Monroe, main man, people ask who better between Ryan Garcia, Tank, and Haney. It's Tank with better fights on record. Ryan Garcia, Tank, and Haney. Out of those 3, probably Tank got the best opposition. So, the other 2, we just haven't seen them sprout yet. They haven't had the opportunity to sprout. And Gervonta Davis, we've seen him against Pedraza, and we've seen him against Yorkis Gamboa. Those 2 names top anything that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney's probably ever done. Now, I'm not saying that they can't sprout. I'm just saying they just haven't had the opportunity. So I think it's a premature discussion right now, but far as best opposition, it's definitely Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Gervonta Davis. Yeah. Lobo Champ says the fans wanted to see Wilder fight Ortiz the first time. He was seen as a big threat at D. Exactly. That's my whole point. And then salute to Deontay Wilder because he even gave the man a shot, even though he tested positive for PEDs. And gave him a shot not once, but twice. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, all of this resume shit. We went down this talk with Deontay Wilder. Povetkin wanted to stick a needle up his ass. The Klitschko fight was too premature at the time. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. AJ, the whole back and forth with that, it's just always been a bunch of crap when it comes to Deontay Wilder. But when it's time for AJ to make a fight with Joseph Parker, easy peasy. When it's time for AJ to make a fight with Charles Martin, easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? Because he running that old school game on them that I'll pay you your biggest payday, which is peanuts. But you can't run that same shit on Deontay Wilder. And it's as simple as that. Yeah. All day. He still asks, who has Ortiz fought to deserve 2 title shots and a shot at the silver champion? Bro, it's just the fight that the fans are demanding. That's the point right there, my man. You sound like Dillian Whyte. You want to do what you want to do. When the sanctioning bodies, the fight fans, they're all telling you the direction that they want you to go in, but you like, screw all of that. I'm going to do this because there's a bigger price tag attached to it. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. Listen to how you're talking. Why should he fight this guy? Because we want to see it. It shouldn't be even really no more answer beyond that. I don't give a shit what the records are and if the fans are demanding that fight, that's all you should need, bro. That's how boxing works. It's the fight that's in demand. And right now, the most in-demand fight for Dillian Whyte, outside of the top dogs of AJ and Deontay Wilder, is Luis Ortiz. And those are just facts. You know what I'm saying? Those are just facts. Ortiz fought who he could, just like Whyte did. Exactly. That's the same type of shit they be trying to say about my main man, Gary Russell Jr., man. Who he fought and who he beat. If he's avoided, bro, you know what I'm saying, then you can't put that type of criticism on him. It's who wants to fight him. Or you will be just happy with him fighting bum after bum after bum, so you can then come back in here and say, well, who is Luis Ortiz for? You feel me? You know what I mean? So we got to get to a point where we holding all fighters' feet to the fire. All of them. You know what I'm saying? All of them. UK fans were demanding the Chisora rematch. Man, well, then Dillian Whyte shouldn't complain. If he wants to stay on that local British scene and remain the local British champion of, fine. You know what I mean? Trust and believe when I tell you, my man, if he would have fought Luis Ortiz, the UK would have lined up behind that fight as well as the American market. Everyone would have lined, not just one side of the water. See, this is what I be saying. Bro, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can tell me that makes me believe that fans did not want to see Luis Ortiz versus Dillian Whyte. There's nothing that you can tell me. The fanfare is, if I did a poll right now, everybody would want to see that fight. Trust and believe. But I see Ortiz opponents is a question you don't want to answer either. Because he's avoided, fam. He's avoided. We just talked about it. He's avoided. I don't understand. Man, where does Ortiz go from here? Try to get himself in position to fight AJ because he will knock out by Wilder. I mean, Ortiz can only do what Ortiz do, you know? If I'd like to see maybe them try to get him a fight with an Andy Ruiz while Andy still got some good name recognition. I don't want to see Ortiz go away. I want him in the mix. I mean, the Kalinakis of the world, him and Adam Kalinaki, they already talking about doing Kalinaki and Helenius. Ortiz would be a good measure for those type of fighters. F.A. Ajagba is coming up. Maybe the winner of Daniel Du Bois versus Joe Joyce. That'd be a good fight for him. There's fights everywhere for Luis Ortiz. The thing is that no one wants to participate. Remember when Joe Joyce came over here? Oh, I want to fight Luis Ortiz. That shit lasted for like a week. Then after that, it just got erased from off the internet. No one never heard it. No one ever seen him ask for it. He went back over to the UK and forgot all about Luis Ortiz. This is the story of Luis Ortiz. So all of y'all, who is he beat shit? Give me a name. Give me a fucking name. Ortiz versus Gerald Washington. I guess. I mean, Gerald Washington's lost to everybody, man. I want to see Luis Ortiz getting it up with some guys that got momentum. I don't want to see him getting in there with a bunch of bums that's not going to move the needle for him one way or another. I mean, he's an older fighter. He's, at this point in time, really putting his life on the line because he got health concerns and he's over 40 years old. So, Nah, man. If he going to get in the ring, let it at least be worth his while. You know what I'm saying? Put him in there with, like I said, a Kalnaki who got momentum right now. Andy Ruiz still has some prestige there. Those are all possible fights. The winner of Joe Joyce and Du Bois is a great fight for him. Luis Ortiz is not bound, though he got love for PBC and Al Heyman. He ain't bound by that organization. He will skip town and leave them in a heartbeat. Remember, according to Luis Ortiz's coach, they were instructing him not to go over to UK and fight Dillian Whyte and not to sign with Matchroom. And Luis Ortiz was going to do it anyway. So Luis Ortiz ain't bound by the politics of this shit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want out heavyweight champion being mandated this fight, I guess that's our new culture from Compton to Queens. Look, man, I mean, and then the sad part is, why didn't Dillian Whyte take Wilder up on his word? Wilder's word is bond to that dude. Like, he means it. He walks and prides himself. I speak it, believe it, receive it. That's his mantra. So he gave you his word on what he was going to do, and you still didn't fall. Avoided the AJ fight. Heyman keeps using and doing these dirty Cuban fighters to hype up his divas. Well, if that's the case, Heyman didn't always have Luis Ortiz. Eddie Hearn had him at one point in time. And what did Eddie Hearn do with him? Nothing. Eddie Hearn had him locked in over in the UK. He put him in there with what was it, Dave Allen, I think at the time, the White Rhino. He didn't give him the AJ fight. So all of that, Al Heyman is doing it. Al Heyman hasn't had Luis Ortiz all the time. There was a point in time where Eddie Hearn actually had him, and he did jack shit with Luis Ortiz. Don't get mad because Al Heyman brought him over here and gave him the opportunities that he was looking for, and Eddie Hearn didn't. Eddie Hearn wanted to keep playing politics. He wanted to keep playing the build 'em game. He wanted to play the keep him away from Anthony Joshua game. So he didn't always, Al Heyman, it ain't always about Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Al didn't have Luis Ortiz. Al Heyman gave Luis Ortiz the best opportunities of his career. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Weak opposition for Ortiz and then losing his pen for the fight and that resume thereafter to knockout losses. Weak opposition for Ortiz, then somebody fight him. This is the same shit we hear every year, bro. Oh, he's too old. Who he beat? But yet no one fights him. It's always the same old ring around the rosy bullshit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And we sick of it. It's played, fight fans. It's played. At this point, Dillian Whyte, stop your excuses. Stop your crying. Stop your whining. And just wait on your mandatory. Leave the past alone, bro, because you don't want to keep bringing up the past. Because every time you bring up the past, people going to say one word called B sample. You know what I'm saying? People going to say PEDs. People going to say Luis Ortiz. People going to say you wasn't the mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So stop bringing up the past, because the past don't look good for you. Last one, DGO in the building. Wow, the word is garbage. He said it's not about the money when fighting AJ, that it's about his legacy, and then he turns around and says it's about the money on his post-fight interview. Man, I'm not doing that, bro. We at a point now with this situation now, fam, that we know what the path is. We know what the path is. This man got Tyson Fury in front of him, possibly a third fight in the summertime. If it don't happen, he says he's going to pivot and see what's going on. They talking 50-50 today. They talking 50-50, right? We'll see. Let's just do this, DGO. Clean slate. From here going forward, Eddie Hearn is recently on record saying that he will give 50-50 to Deontay Wilder. Let's start right there. Let's leave that shit in the past. It's over. 50-50 for Deontay Wilder, according to the words of Eddie Hearn, if he beats Tyson Fury. Let's start right there. You know what I mean? As for Dillian Whyte, bro, just leave the past alone. You are not in a position to embarrass nobody, because you, sir, are one of the biggest embarrassments in boxing. Facts. Much love to you all, fight fans. Just wanted to get on here for a quick word, chop it up with y'all, man. I knew this was going to kick up a little dust. You know what I mean? Salute to my UK brethren out there, man. Salute to everybody, man. Y'all know it's all loves. It's all shits and giggles. We talk this talk to get away from real life bullshit, man. We come in here to have fun. Talk your shit to the homie, because the homie gonna talk his shit right back to you, and it's never no hard feelings all day. Much love to you all. Thanks, Miss Boxing. Thank you, DGO. You already know, DGO. You fam, homie, all day. Tony Yayo, next show. We're going to try to get on this evening, fam. I'm going to try my best to get on this evening around 7 o'clock Eastern time. If not, then we definitely back bright and early Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? But tonight is the aim, because I want to finish up the Gary Russell Jr. thing and move on. You know what I mean? Much love. If you didn't hit the thumbs up on the way in, hit it on the way out for the fam, man. Yo, man, y'all kept me away from my coffee. I still got a full cup. My shit cold now, man. Thank y'all, fight fans, man. Much love to y'all, though, and enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. It's beautiful out here in the DMV, and we out here, man, all day. To the next video. Much love. Peace out.